Okay, hi guys. Here we are making observations. So I set this up where I'm going to use the camera on my computer so I have both hands. So when we set up this experiment, we had eggshells on one side and we had lettuce on the other. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig through here, and if I find any worms, I'm going to set them up on these paper towels. And then we'll try to do a count afterwards. Now, when I filmed this previously, I had stopped the filming by saying there were 10 worms I placed right in the middle for each one. In truth, after I was done with all my worms, I still had a few extra worms. So I put about 12 or 13 into all the different containers. So I'm going to start the side where the eggshells are. So remember, I'm just making observations. We're not drawing any conclusions necessarily yet. We're just making observations. And if someone does a similar experiment at home and can share their data, that'd be awesome. So let's see, I'm over by the eggshells and, oh, he's trying to get away. Trying to get away. I've got one worm so far. Okay, let's keep digging through here, digging through. Yeah, turning over the eggshells and everything. Here, let me angle the computer a little bit more so you guys see a little bit of what I'm doing. All right, I'm really just seeing eggshells at this point. I don't see anything else, and my worm's trying to get away. All right, I'm gonna go in the middle section where there is no food. And let's just see, oh, we do have a good number of worms here, actually. I've got one. Hey, you got to go back over where it says eggshells. 2, 3. Okay. 4. Whoop, you're a little one. 5, 6. And I feel a sneeze coming. 7, 8. Covered my mouth. 9. Wow, that's a lot in the middle where there was no food. Well, I gotta tell you, what that makes me think is that maybe my worms weren't hungry in the first place. So science is some trial and error. And get back there. So maybe the best way to have set this up would have been having the worms sit with no food for like 3 days and then put them in the container. Well, let's check the side where the lettuce is. Yep, I got one over here. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna keep going because I don't know how many worms I did put in here. Yep, there's another one. A 4th. Wait, I saw you. I saw you. There we go. Oh, he is little. He is little. Oh, they're trying to crawl away from me. Okay. Best of my knowledge, I mean, there weren't any worms in the soil when I started. To the best of my knowledge. Anyway, so here, I'm a little dirty. Don't really want to get my computer dirty, but here we go. So I had 4 worms in the lettuce, 9 where there was no food, and 1, or was it 2, over at the eggshells. I'll have to play back the video, double check. That's why it's awesome if you guys are keeping notes in your journal of the observations. So just because we had so many in the middle, I'm thinking I want to put all these worms right back where they were. Because I'm just feeling like I can't really draw a conclusion from this. Okay? So I'm going to put these 4 worms back where the lettuce, by the lettuce. I'm going to put the 9 worms back in the middle. Oh, even you, little guy. Put them back in the middle. And you know what? I did say we weren't sure if we're going to check this after 1 day or 3 days. I think we're on the 3-day. And let's see what happens. So it's been 1 day. One fell on the floor. I'm trying to get him, but my slipping. Okay. So I've got to put my labels back. So I got the lettuce on this side, the eggshells on that side. All right, shake off that dirt. All right, so I'm actually going to set this aside and we will check it again on the 3rd day. So it's only been 1 day. We'll skip a day and then come back and check them. Okay, of course, for you in the video, it'll all be linked together, so you won't notice any difference. Again, I'm not giving you results. We're going to notice a little bit of trial and error. We've got to look at something again. Think about how, if we were to have done this, setting it up right from the beginning, how we would do it differently. And that's what science is. But then eventually, is if you could recreate the experiment and always get the same results, then you can have really good, clear conclusions. So we'll analyze, the outcome. And again, if some of you guys are doing this at home, we'll be able to share that data too, and that'd be awesome. Okay, so here we were just a few days ago. Of course, you're thinking, no, that was just a couple seconds ago, Mrs. McLean. I'm hoping I set this up the same way. So on this side, I have the eggshells, and the other side is the lettuce. So we set up this experiment 3 days ago. We checked on it after 1 day, and we felt it wasn't that conclusive. Maybe the worms didn't move enough, things like that. So we're taking another look, and we're going to see if maybe we have different results this time. I probably should have not fed the worms for 3 days, so that then they'd be hungry, and at which point then we could see what they liked over the other. However, that's not how we initially set it up. So we're going to work with what we had and see if now, at least leaving them for 3 days, if that might give us some more meaningful results. So let's see. I didn't give up on our initial setup, but as I've stated other times, sometimes that's what science is, trial and error. Not everything works out the way you expect, so you have to think about it. What could I have done differently? Maybe my expectations were totally wrong, and that's okay. So, reminder, we're not like saying what officially happened and what it means as much as just gathering data right now. So I'm going to fast forward through some of this video because you don't need to see me digging through all of this. You can see me do it fast forward. But I'm going to start on the side with the eggshells. As I'm doing this, I did see one in the middle. So I thought there were none in the middle. It turns out there is one. Okay, and one in the middle. So I think that was 5 lettuce, 5 eggshells, and 1 in the middle. Let me double check my count. Hopefully you were keeping track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. 5 by the eggs, 5 by the lettuce, and 1 in the middle. So what does that all mean? Are we able to conclusively make a determination about anything when it comes to the worms? No. So right now you're just gathering your data, and maybe this creates more questions and not answers, and that's okay. That's how science is, especially with experiments. Might make you think, if I were to do this again, what would you do differently? That's another thing about science. Doesn't mean the test that you did gives you your final answers. No, it might actually lead to another experiment, other questions, other ideas, other things you want to check out. So for now, I just want you to write your data. If you guys did an experiment at home, share it in Flipgrid. That'd be awesome. And let's see what we decide about worms and changes in their environment.